Yes, I do, actually. I think that people are often fascinated to know a lot of the Iranians who are my parents' age, for instance, who are living in Los Angeles. Many of them are conservative Republicans. Many of them are big Reagan supporters. Their politics tend to lean towards the right. And I think it took them some time to reconsider what the whole Pahlavi dynasty was about and why the revolution happened the way it did. So, and then I think this younger generation has tried to investigate that more so. And this younger generation definitely seems very liberal and, left-wing. And this is an interesting question, actually. Well, I can speak about it also culturally, especially where books are concerned. I see a major divide in what I'm writing or what other of the hyphenated Iranians are writing versus what the generation before us wrote. They tended to sort of fall into the exoticization of Middle Eastern people much more easily and much more readily. I think that's why you'll find that some of the literature that's come out of Iran, and by that I mean the literature that's been written abroad, has not been so high quality in the last couple decades. But I think the hyphenates, so to speak, I think we're more interested in style, we're more interested in art. We've crossed that hurdle of otherness a little bit, and quality has become an issue again. We're not being so rapidly pursued by publishers and agents who want to, capitalize on the hot new minority. There's a little bit of that, but now because there's been several of us, there's room for questions of quality and art, and that's so. I'm very excited about this generation. You also have to remember that, I just turned 30, and all the, again, hyphenates, if I could say that, all the hyphenates writing or creating art or music, they'll all be around my age, because most Iranians left Iran, 1979, 80, 81, right? So, and those who were born here or abroad would all be in their late 20s, or, like me, maybe born in Iran, but then they came here at a young age, so they can fall into the hyphenate phenomenon. So this is a young group of artists, but there's a lot of urgency, I think, and as the political climate grows more and more precarious, I think they've felt a need to put their art out there, but like I said, in a very different way than the previous generation, who, were coming out with works in the 80s and 90s. The urgency wasn't there, and the novelty was. So I think that can sometimes create compromised art.